Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Skinner with Skinner Technology Group, and today myself and Leighton Foster are going to do a quick webinar for you on how to stay secure during the summer months. We know a lot of people are going to start traveling and obviously bringing their devices with them, so we wanted to share some information on how to keep that secure.
Awesome. So, what are the threats when you are traveling? So, what do people really need to be prepared of, or what are they trying to prevent with these tips?
Sure. So there are a lot of threats when you're traveling, obviously, but two of the big ones are first unsecure networks. As we're traveling through airports or at hotels, we're connecting to various networks, and we can't confirm that they're secure. But I would say probably the biggest threat to people when they're traveling from a cyber perspective isn't actually the networks you connect to, it's the physical theft or loss of the device. A lot of devices out there are not encrypted and they get lost. A lot of times when people are traveling, and you never know who's going to pick that device up.
Right, especially with everyone working from their phones these days.
Yep.
So, what should people be doing before they travel?
Yeah, so before you travel, it's important to remember and think about what devices you're taking. If you don't need to take, say, your work computer with you on the trip, don't take it. You know that has sensitive information. Can you leave that behind? That's the big question. If you don't need it, don't take it. Uh, the more devices you have as you travel, the more risk you have, obviously. So I know my children have phones and iPads, and those are just more devices that I need to keep up with. Make sure you've installed your software updates. Have you been ignoring these updates over the past 6 months to a year? If so, it's definitely time to install these updates before you're traveling. A lot of times these updates are pushed out there because of a security weakness that the operating system vendor or application vendor is trying to patch or fix. So make sure you install those updates. Take a quick look at the privacy and general settings on each device. In those settings, you can limit functions like camera, microphone, location tracking for different applications. We recommend limiting sharing access, sharing your location, all of that, wherever and whenever you can. You don't want to put more information out there about you and your whereabouts than you absolutely have to. And make sure you set up strong passwords or PIN codes on your devices. This is just in case they get stolen or lost. Make it hard for the bad guys to get into the device after they find it. And set up things like Find My Phone. That way, if it is lost, you can easily identify where it is.
So, now that we've prepared to go on our travels, we're on the go. And what do we need to do now?
Yeah, so now it's really important to keep up with our devices and the security settings on those devices. Things like location services. Having location services on phones has been a real game changer. It allows us to use our favorite maps, receive relevant recommendations when we're searching for food or attractions or stores to go to. However, we recommend limiting location services to either off completely or only while the application is in use. And that's only for certain applications that we recommend granting that access. The other thing you need to keep in mind while you're traveling is safe charging. A lot of places you go these days, airports, coffee shops, even buses or other public transportation, have USB charging ports that you can plug your devices into. Uh, we don't recommend that you use those ports directly. Always plug your device into a charging brick that plugs directly into an outlet, or you can use what's known as a write blocker that you can order on Amazon. That allows you to plug your device into the write blocker, plug it into the USB port. The reason you want to do that is you never know what's on the other side of that USB port that could be attempting to or successfully stealing your data. The other thing I recommend is disable the auto connecting to Wi-Fi networks. This is a feature where, in your iPhone or Android phone, it can be set to auto connect to available networks that don't require passwords. This is a risk because you never know what network you're connecting to automatically. So it's best to disable the auto connect features for both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on your devices. Now, only connect to the networks that you trust, and then use caution on these public Wi-Fi networks. Before connecting to Wi-Fi while traveling, be sure you confirm the name of the network and exact logon procedures with the appropriate staff to ensure that the network's legitimate. You'll see this a lot of times in airports. It'll say free airport Wi-Fi. Well, it's been proven that a lot of those are rogue Wi-Fi access points and not actually sanctioned wireless of the airport. And just use smart security. Do not conduct sensitive activities like online shopping, banking, or sensitive work using a public wireless network. If you are doing work for your organization and you have VPN, for example, to remote into your office location, make sure you're using VPN when you're doing any of your work activities. And most importantly, guard your devices. Never leave your phone or other devices unattended while traveling. This is something that we see very often, that a big cause of breaches is somebody's laptop gets stolen out of their rental car. Don't leave your devices visible in your car. Don't leave them in your car at all. If you go in for lunch and you have your iPad or your laptop, just take it with you. Just don't leave it there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing those. So many of us live through our lenses these days. And what about posting on social media when we're traveling?
Yeah, well, as you see on the slide there, you should really pause before you post. Definitely consider limiting what you share on social media while you're traveling. The big thing you hear, local police departments and law enforcement always recommend you not post that you're out of town, because what does that do? Any bad guys that are in your local area know you're out of town, and your house is a potential target for break-ins. But in today's cyber environment, it also provides the opportunity for social engineering. So if a hacker sees on your Facebook post that you are traveling in a certain city, that gives them a pretext for sending you an email or sending you an SMS text message. They already know where you are. They can use that as a pretext to get more information from you. So criminals can leverage knowing that you're away from home, even beyond contacting you. They can contact your family and friends with scam tactics and fear tactics. Reach out to your family to try and get some information out of them. So we encourage people to post on social media after returning from home, from your travels, and really limit that visibility to your friends and family on Facebook and other social media.
Thanks, Mike. Anything else you'd like to say as we kind of wrap up and send people off on their summer vacations?
Yeah, the big thing is use common security sense. I'll stress again, don't leave your devices laying around in an open area. You wouldn't leave your purse or your wallet laying around. And if you think about the value of the data and the what you do on your laptop, your iPad, or your phone, oftentimes it's a lot more valuable than even your wallet. So use that common sense, keep that secure, make sure you know what you're connecting to, and only connect to Wi-Fi networks or even wired networks that are secure.
Great. Well, thank you for helping everyone stay safe this summer on their vacations. And we'll be back with a new webinar in June, right?
Yes, we will. Look forward to it, and have a good vacation time until then.
All right.